Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping financial, economic, social Armageddon. That's what's coming. Now, there is a normalcy bias out there, aka mass formation psychosis, aka Stockholm syndrome. Doesn't matter what you call it. What it is the inability for people to really see what's going on, because what they're seeing with their eyes every day convinces them that there is nothing wrong. Right now, 7:46. A lot of people are eating breakfast. They're going to the grocery store and there's still food. They go get gas and there's still fuel. They're doing some construction projects. There's still lumber and nails and screws and tools. And they're being constantly barraged by the Democrat lapdog media and the illegitimate regime that nothing is wrong. Don't believe your lying eyes. We're telling you everything's good. So as a result, normally semi-intelligent people who would, under normal circumstances, realize the imminent danger of the coming total collapse, refuse to acknowledge that it's happening. As a result of this normalcy bias, they're not preparing. Or they're not preparing as they should be. I know several people who think just like we do. They realize everything going on the last 2 years is designed to intentionally collapse the U.S. and the world. But they still harbor delusions, or hope is probably a better word. They're delusional that their hope is clouding their judgment. They still believe that there are white horses, the military, someone is going to ride in and save us. Well, there may be someone that rides in, but they're not going to be saving us. The collapse has to happen for a couple reasons. It has to happen because it was designed to be unstoppable. You cannot intentionally wreck our infrastructure, our food supply, our monetary supply, our military, our moral and ethical society, our fuel, and not expect everything to come crashing down. There is no way a collapse does not happen. So you need to prepare for the collapse. It is going to be the worst event that any of us have ever seen, including folks who were in 1929, the Great Depression, because what's coming is going to make that look like a party. Make no mistake, we are already deep in a recession, bordering on a depression. The difference being, our ancestors were much, much, much more self-sufficient. They were more ethical, more moral, and although the depression was very hard, it did not wipe out millions and millions, potentially billions around the world. There wasn't the thing involved. There wasn't the Democrat regime involved, and people did not act like the Summer of Love tour when it went down. There were some small uprisings of people wanting food, but there was no rioting, looting, assaulting, burning, murdering by Democrat-funded, supported terrorist groups. We are getting ready for civil unrest like none of us have ever seen. It will be started by the Democrats, as usual. It will be a likely reason for them to shut everything down with the war going on, the fake war going on over in the money laundering Ukraine. Now, NATO got involved, and Russia will do what they have to do to protect themselves because they've been set up through all this, whether you believe or not what Russia's role in everything over there is. The end result is likely going to be the same now. So you're going to see potentially Europe's going to get probably nuked because NATO stuck their noses in. It's been the plan all along to get that all fired up so that they could blame Russia for everything they want to do around the world. The Democrats have been telling us for months that Russia was going to nuke an American city. Now, and Democrats will do this to American citizens just to speed up the collapse and bring in total dictatorial control. UN troops, blue helmets. The Chinese are probably just going to sit back and laugh their ass off and wait for the total collapse, wait for us to kill each other off, and then they can just march in. Because they don't really want to get involved with all that's going on. They bought the Democrats and some rhinos. They've been promised the land and infrastructure, but not humans. They don't want us here. So, point of this whole thing was you had better set aside your normalcy bias, your Stockholm syndrome, your I can't believe my lying eyes, even though everything in my head tells me it's all going down. And wake the hell up, get out there, do some prepping as hard and fast as you can. Keep just enough cash in the corrupt banks to pay a month or two of bills. It's all going to go down. There's going to be communications blackout. The banks are going to shut down. Everything. You have to see it. I don't understand how many of you don't see it. Come on. Wake up. That's all I got. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, Jake T.